Hey kids, so a lot of you left a lot of comments all over Discord, Twitter, YouTube, asking me what you do in situations not covered in my last combo guide. Today I'm here to showcase all of them. This is going to be focused a lot less on the theory behind the deck because I've kind of already covered everything, and a lot more on just the pure combos. So let's get into it. One comment that I got a lot was, how do you deal with Imperm on Y-Strix in your Imperm Safe line? And here it is. It's going to start with Bloom Vulture plus any name. We're going to summon these two, go for Force Strix. Force Strix is going to search for a copy of Tribute Lineage. As a quick aside, someone asked why they wouldn't just Imperm the Force Strix, because they'd be stupid to do that. You haven't normal summoned. You haven't used any hard ones per turn effects except Bloom Vulture. Your other name probably does something. Why would they imperm this? That's terrible. Anyway, we're going to normal summon Tribute Lineage, so we just searched and mill Raider's Wing. Raider's Wing is going to detach and summon itself, and then we can go for an unimpermable Raider's Knight. We're going to rank up into Brave Strix. Brave Strix is going to search for a copy of Skip Force. Skip Force is going to bring the Brave Strix up into a copy of Arsenal. Arsenal is going to detach to summon out Noir. Noir is going to target itself to search for a copy of Heal Eagle. Heal Eagle is going to summon itself, and now we can link it into a Y-Strix. Our opponent is going to imperm in response to the Y-Strix, which cuts us not only on the summon from deck, but also the rank up magic in the immediate next chain. However, because they impermed here, instead of waiting for after we committed to our Arsenal summon, we can still extend. Regardless of which they choose, we still get to extend because all we need is a rank 4, but doing it this way means that we have to do it slightly worse, which means that we go for Force Strix and we lose our rank up magic. We use Force Strix to go grab Strangle. Strangle is going to summon itself, and now we can overlay for a copy of Evil Storm Nightmare, link it to SP, and presumably banish something from their grave. I don't know. And that's Double Book of Moon, SP Little Knight. That's 3 other cards in your hand. They're probably all non-engine. It's solid. And now we'll factor in any extender. So we're going to start off with Bloom Vulture to summon itself and the other one, then go for a Force Strix and search for Raider's Wing this time. The reason why we do it this way is to preserve our copy of Tribute Lineage Mill. Anyway, we'll use the Simorg to summon itself after going for the Raider's Knight, then go or Raider's Wing, then go for Raider's Knight, into Brave Strix, into Skip, into Arsenal, and then we will go ahead and Arsenal effect to summon out Noir. Noir is going to go grab Heal Eagle, which will then summon itself, and from here we can do the same things before. We link it to Y-Strix, chain block it, and then eat an Imperm. So we are going to go ahead and summon out Force Strix, and then that gets negated again. Force Strix is going to summon out or search for Mimicry, and because we haven't normal summoned yet, we can go for Force Strix, detaching the Mimicry to search for Strangle. Mimicry is going to search for Roost, and then we'll activate it, linking off into a second Y-Strix to trigger the Roost and go grab the Rise Rank Up magic. 4 plus 4 plus 5 is 13, so we'll summon Rising Rebellion Falcon, and then summon Strangle and use its effect before we detach the Exegesis to bring back Raider's Wing. We'll detach 3 to copy the effect of Force Strix, use it to search for Tribute, overlay for Evil Storm Nightmare, shuffle back our extra deck and draw 1, and then use Heal Eagle to add back the Rise Rank Up magic. Because we already have a Force Strix on field from the Bloom Vulture, we've still got the Rise Rank Up live, so that's Double Book of Moon, untargetable, 2 towers, and a board wipe. And we also searched a card and drew a card. That 3-not engine on top of that? Shit, that's pretty good. Now here's what happens if you get nibbed on 5 with Tribute and any extender. So we're going to start by normal summoning Tribute and using it to mill Mimicry. This is something of a hedge. This is, you don't have to do it this way. You can mill Fuzzy and play like that way and just hold the Strangle. But I think it's correct to do it like this because now the Mimicry is not only representing it's representing extension from the graveyard, which would make your opponent slightly less willing to commit to certain plays. But also it can represent basically whatever you need it to, which is kind of crazy. If everything goes according to plan, it's just Roost like always. If anything goes wrong though, it can be any Raid Raptor card we need. Any of them. Anyway, we'll go ahead and summon Strangle and overlay for a copy of Raider's Knight using the effect to rank up into Brave Strix and then rank up yet again through the searched Skip Force. We're going to then summon nothing because we get nibbed. Anyway, Arsenal is going to let us summon from the extra deck. We'll go for a Force Strix and then use the Mimicry to search for a copy of Fuzzy Lanius. Force Strix is going to search for Simorg, and now we'll use Fuzzy to summon itself and link into Wise Strix, chain blocking both itself and the copy of Fuzzy to search for a copy of Simorg. We'll search for Fuzzy, special summon out Raider's Wing from deck, overlay for Force Strix. Force Strix effect is going to detach to search for Tribute Lanius. Wise Strix is going to set Rise Rank Up Magic, and that's the turn. Unfortunately, the Rise Rank Up Magic does kind of get forced out by our opponent just going to battle phase with the Nibiru, but that's completely fine, right? Like, that doesn't really matter. The only problem is that, then they can evenly, but if they drew Nib evenly, they drew Nib evenly. This is still a Towers, this is still setting follow-up, and you searched for Tribute and an Extender for next turn, which is pretty damn good. Here's what happens if you get nibbed with no extenders, just Bloom and any name, and you're going through the normal line. Let's say you drew, I don't know, you just don't fear Imperm. We'll go Raider's Knight to go into Brave Strix. Brave Strix is going to search for a copy of Skip Force. Skip is going to bring the Brave Strix up to rank 7, and oh no, Nibiru time! We will activate the effect of the copy of Arsenal to summon out from our extra deck Force Strix, which will now search for a copy of Tribute Lanius. Tribute is going to now be summoned, which will mill a Fuzzy. Fuzzy is going to search for a copy of Fuzzy, which we can now special summon, and then we'll link off Tribute and Force for Wise, which will summon from deck a copy of Mimicry. We'll overlay for Force Strix and then detach the Mimicry to search for Strangle, triggering the Wise Strix to set Rise Rank Up Magic. Then we'll use Mimicry to search for a copy of Roost, which we can activate, and then by special summoning Strangle, we can link it to another Wise to trigger the Roost and go grab a copy of Glorious Bright. Roost puts back Fuzzy and 2 cards from our extra deck to draw 1, and that's the turn. We're in the same position as before, where we've got the Towers and the board wipe, but also we have a Glorious Bright to Imperm, which is pretty important, so now we don't lose to evenly, but we do still have our stuff forced out by Nib going to battle. But with any extender in the mix, things get nice. Here we'll be looking at just Strangle Lanius, because Strangle is the one with the most advantageous effects as an extender in this situation. We'll use Bloom Vulture to summon itself and itself, then go for Raider's Knight and rank up into a copy of Brave Strix. Brave Strix is going to search for a copy of Skip Force, which we can use to rank up the Brave Strix into a copy of Arsenal. We get named here yet again, but we can extend further because we have Strangle exactly. We'll go for Ultimate and then summon Strangle, and because we have Arsenal under Ultimate, Strangle can bring back a Bloom Vulture and overlay for Force Strix. Force Strix is going to search for a copy of Tribute Lanius. Tribute Lanius is going to be normal summon, which can now mill a copy of Raider's Wing. Raider's Wing detaches the last material from Force Strix to summon itself, and now we can link it to Wise Strix. Wise Strix summons out Mimicry, and then we can overlay for a copy of Force Strix, detaching the Mimicry to search for a copy of Fuzzy Lanius. We will trigger the Wise Strix to set a copy of Rise Rank of Magic, then use the Mimicry to search for a copy of Roost, which we can activate. Then we'll summon out the Fuzzy Lanius and link off Fuzzy and Wise Strix for another Wise Strix, chain blocking the Roost with Fuzzy to search for Fuzzy. We get to grab Glorious Bright, then we'll shuffle back our extra deck and the Mimicry to draw 1 card, and we are in the same position as the last combo, but we searched Fuzzy Lanius for follow-up, and the Ultimate Falcon shrinking the Nibiru means that it won't be able to force out anything, even if they normal summon something that punches over the Wise Strix, which is pretty cool. And for the last anti-Nib setup, here is just any random extender plus the 2 Bloom Vultures, or Bloom Vulture plus any name, really. Bloom Vulture summons self and the self, and goes for Raider's Knight, ranks up into a copy of Brave Strix. Brave Strix is going to detach to search for a copy of Skip Force, which we can now activate to rank up into Arsenal. We get nibbed here as always, and then we can go ahead and use the Arsenal to summon out Force Strix. Force Strix is going to search for a copy of Tribute, which we can now normal summon, and then Tribute is going to Foolish a copy of Heal Eagle. We'll link it to Wise Strix, chain blocking with Simorg, normal summoning Simorg, and then special summoning out Mimicry. We'll overlay for Force Strix, detaching the Mimicry to search for a copy of Strangled, and using the Wise Strix to set Rise Rank Up Magic, and the Mimicry to go grab Roost. We'll activate Roost, and then fire off the Rise Rank Up Magic, ranking up into a 13, destroying our opponent's board, and searching Glorious Bright, chain blocking it under an unaffected board weight. We get the Glorious Bright, and then summon Strangle Lanius, and then use Strangle Lanius after copying the Arsenal Falcon. The order here doesn't matter. We reborn something, copy the Arsenal, and then use Rising Rebellion to summon Raider's Wing. We can overlay for Force Strix. Force Strix effect detaches to search for a copy of Tribute for follow-up, then we'll make SP Little Knight and banish the tokens, that way we don't lose to evenly matched. Our copy of Heal Eagle will add back the Rise Rank Up Magic, and then we'll put back our extra deck to draw 1 card. And for our last combo, we'll be looking at a way to beat Ash Blossom, specifically on the copy of Brave Strix Searching a Rank Up Magic. This is just a way to sequence your plays so that you don't lose to Ash on the Brave Strix. Any 3 bodies will do it. Here I've got Noir plus Simorgh. Noir is going to search for Heal Eagle, summon the Heal Eagle, and then we're going to link off into a copy of Wise Strix, chain blocking with the Simorgh, so that way we don't lose to Ash on the Wise Strix. Simorgh comes down, and so does Rager's Wing. Then we'll overlay for Rager's Knight and use the effect to rank up into Brave Strix. This triggers the Wise Strix, and this is pretty important. If you ever engineer a situation where you have Wise Strix that hasn't activated yet, you need to go through Rager's Knight now, right? Like say you're playing around Imperm by using Wise to get to Wing. What's important is when you use Wise Strix to set Skip Force. You don't want to set the Rise Rank Up Magic, because if you set Skip Force, you can play through Ash on the Brave Strix to get the Skip Force. This is the last possible point for Ash to feel great, so our opponent fires it. And oh damn, that's crazy. Skip Force is going to bring us up to 7 in Arsenal, and now that we have Arsenal, we're off to the races. We'll summon Tribute Lanius, and then use Tribute Lanius' effect to melee a copy of Mimicry, which we can now activate to go grab Roost. We'll activate Roost, and then link off into SP, chain blocking the copy of SP with the Arsenal. Not that that really matters. Going for Ultimate Falcon. Triggering Roost with the Ultimate to go grab Rise Rank Up Magic, then we'll detach for Rager's Wing to summon out Force Strix. Force Strix detaches the Rager's Wing specifically for Strangle Lanius, which we can now summon, and we can go ahead and Rise Rank Up Magic the Force Strix into a copy of Rising Rebellion, and then use Strangle Lanius to bring back the Wing. We can use the Heal Eagle to add back the Rise Rank Up Magic, overlay for Force Strix, detach the Strangle to go grab Strangle, and then detach 3 to copy Force Strix and use its effect once again to go grab Bloom Vulture. Roost is going to put back the Heal Eagle and 2 cards from our extras to draw 1 card, and we've got full combo plus SP Little Knight through Ash on a perceived choke point. That's pretty good. And that's all the combos that I have for you today. If you have any questions or any lines that you don't know how to navigate, leave them in the comments below, and the next video I make on Raid Raptor will include those. See ya.